2020 has been an insane year for all of us. No doubt it was bad, but I would say for me it was good in a different way. Well, just let me explain you all, guys. Well, when this pandemic and lockdown hit us all, I was actually thrilled by this fact and I took it as a personal war. And I thought maybe this is the time to grow, to explore my inner potential and everything. And yup, at that time, I even made a vlog how I would be going against this pandemic and just go on a war against it. But down the line, somewhere I lost my grip and just fell into immediate gratification of Netflix, watching movies, eating too much, or just chilling. Well, honestly, it was really bad, and luckily, in some possible way, I realized this. And what I actually did was, I was just sitting and wondering how can I just work on myself and just get over these immediate gratifications. One day at midnight, I came across this video of David Goggins being interviewed at London Real.
Scars remind you that your past is real. You can't run away from it, but you can still be a very dangerous.
Retired Navy SEAL David Goggins is described as one of the toughest men on the planet.
When I was 297 pounds trying to be a Navy SEAL, the scariest thing in the world to me, even to this day, was that could have been the rest of my life. Everybody thinks I'm Superman. I had to tell them the truth. My dad beat the hell out of me. I come from hell. Be born in that shit, man. You learn to survive, but surviving doesn't make you win. Surviving makes you a cockroach. What is in us, we have no idea until we start trying hard. No one really finds themselves without going through suffering. Go to a dark place in your mind and figure out what the you want to be. Find your purpose, and then you'll find the courage to start that journey.
And I was like, whoa, that's one hell of a ride. And I was like, well, let me just start working on myself. Let me just push myself into the creative aspects that I am doing, and let me just try to test my limits. And for me, I must say that I wasn't able to go outside and do something adventurous like I used to travel before, but now the things have been shifted towards working out and running. So every day I went out and began to run. And one day this crazy idea came into my mind. Why not just go on an ultra marathon of 40 kilometers? And on January 1, 2021, this trial began. This trial of 10K marathon, which I had planned for myself, because in order to go for that 40K ultra marathon, I have to see, is my body prepared enough to go for that high level ultra marathon, because I haven't done that thing before and I'm doing this all by myself, preparing for this all by myself. Although there is a lot of inspiration and motivation behind that, but I have to see that would I be able to do that or not. And eventually I would say, when I began with this trial, in the very beginning, I was feeling a lot of pain in my body. I don't know why that was happening, but now, as you guys know, that right now, honestly, I'm feeling completely broken. My legs are soring badly, but you know what? I've learned this, that by pushing yourself, you can develop a mindset in order to face adversity and bring the best out of it, which means getting gold out of the stomach or belly of a dragon. So in order to do that, the best way is to overcome your physical limitations And then eventually when I was going through this park in front of RBI bank branch, and suddenly I was speaking to my camera, and behind me two guys from their car just shouted some words of encouragement, and that was insane, 10 kilometers, even though I'm completely exhausted at somewhere nearby 2 kilometers, but I'm gonna run and challenge my own limitation.
Come on, well done, come on.
Thank you so much, brother. At that moment, I didn't realize that those words would mean a lot of encouragement to me. But from a retrospective point of view, I would say that those words at that very moment meant a lot for me. They gave me that energy, that positive mentality, that yup, I can do that, and it would really be helpful to me. Now eventually when I was moving forward towards the another side of this park, and there was a lot of traffic in front of me, I realized that this is another problem that I have to take care of, because the more the traffic, that means that there is gonna be more of a problem, and I have to just maneuver my way through those traffic areas and just look how I'm gonna cross those areas without getting hit by any car or without stopping. So it was a difficult process, but anyhow I managed it at the first point, and I got a realization how I can carry on with this. And now eventually when I was crossing Bahu Plaza, suddenly this soreness came back into my calf muscles, and I was feeling as if my legs are becoming some kind of bricks.
Now guys, I feel like my legs have become complete bricks. Now if I have to describe that in a better way, I would say that I'm feeling a bit of soreness in them. But there is almost half more way for the first half. That means I have just covered 2.5 kilometers. So no, I can't stop. There's much more to cover.
But you know what? After a certain period of time, I thought, well, why not just stop thinking about my running? Why not just look at it as a passive mechanism? Like, I am running, but I should focus on the world around me, the environment around me. And at that moment, I started to look at, the people, the vendors, the shopkeepers who were selling the winter clothes at this 1st of January, and all the surroundings, the well-lit areas, people going out for shopping. And I was looking at my very own city from a tourist point of view, and that was really helpful for me, guys, because that really diverted my mind from my legs which were getting sore, and that was really hard at that moment for me. So yeah, it was really helpful. But when I reached this next circular area, this next choke, I realized that something just flipped in my mind, and that was that, well, I'm planning to go to university. Why not just take the army transit turn and just go from the behind of the campus and cover a little bit more of that journey, and that would be insane.
After this round circle, there is the university road. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna take that road. I'm gonna run a little bit extra more so that I can cover a little bit more than what I actually covered yesterday. So let's see what happened. And there's a lot of traffic around me, so I can't film a lot. So I'll see you ahead.
At the same time, so I decided to just walk from another route and cover a little bit more of a distance. And then eventually, after a certain period of time, when I was all alone by myself on road in complete solitude, what actually happened was that I was thinking, well, here I am all alone by myself on a road, and I was feeling a little bit, what you could say, as lonely. So at that point of self, I couldn't distract my attention. So what I did that picked up my camera and began to narrate some insane stories about this pandemic and what kind of mindset I had towards it, and that
maybe it's story time. Let me just tell you a small story of the corona time. You know, when this corona lockdown hit us, I looked at it from a stoic perspective, and that perspective was, well, amor fati, and that means that whatever it is a good opportunity for us. We can grow out of it much better humans, and that's what I did. I took all that time of solitude and used it as a way of growth. Tried some different things like leather crafting, making more content within those four walls of my house, and that worked. And in that time it came into my mind, well, why not just try something adventurous? But I can't travel now, so this is what I'm doing. And well,
and then after that, when I was moving towards this army transit area, I thought maybe I should not open camera here, and I think carrying a camera was much of a help for me, because in all that running area, when I was going through army transit area, all my attention was going towards my legs, my
legs
breath
have gone completely sore. गोड्डा खत्म हो गया मेरा, and I don't know, मेरी बैक भी सुन पड़ गई है. But all I can say is that, well, I don't feel like doing it anymore. I just don't know. But there's one thing I can say, you guys, that there's no complacency. I have to complete it, because aaj nahi to some other day I have to do it. And instead of just giving up, I would say ki I would go through all this pain, I would feel it in my bones and cover it, and at the end of it there's gonna be a whole bunch of light.
And you know, after that small rant, a surge of energy came into me, and I don't know how that happened or what it was, but that was all the way I had at that time. And I would say that even if I can't articulate it right now, but I was speaking from a place of truth. Everything that I was speaking in that camera was a truthful statement. And eventually, as I was nearing to this university outer circle, at that point, you know, I just thought, well, this is the last moment, and this is the last moment of the first half of this marathon. Maybe I should just complete it with full glory. So I just ran with all that I had within myself and covered that very first half.
So guys, finally I can say half of the job is done. I can take a bit of rest, and I think a minute rest is well deserved. Let me just sit at the edge of this place.
While I was taking that 1 minute break, I would say all the pains and all the soreness just came out, and you know, it was very excruciating on my body. I don't know how to explain it to you guys.
I feel completely broken, but you know what? If I'll sit here more than 1 minute, I lose this trial. First, because of rules and regulations that I've set for this trial, and secondly, because then I won't be able to go back, because the heat will drain out my system. I have a lot of energy right now and some psychological mindset that will help me to go back, because now I've reached there, so now I can cover the rest half of it. So for now, for me right now it is easy, but if I'll stay much more longer, so it will take a lot of work. So let's get at it. Stay hard.
Now, after climbing that uphill climb, when I was going back towards the army transit area, I realized that now, although my legs were completely sore, completely numb, I had no feelings in them, but now I was really enjoying my environment. After crossing the army transit area, when I reached this moment of what I would say as this beautiful fountain, I was really finding it very much appealing. I enjoyed the whole evening scenario of that place around that circular area, that choke. And after that, when I was crossing that area, it was really good experience, you know. I was enjoying myself in that moment, just running and just thinking to myself about different things that I have gone through, and just meditating on different kind of things. So in the second half, I would say it wasn't that difficult. It was very much easy and I was enjoying it thoroughly, although I was jogging, not power hiking or not running even. So it was very much fun for me. And later on, when I reached Bahu Plaza, after all these difficulties and all the sweat that was going through me, and I was aware of it, you know, I was like, well, I had almost covered it, and I was glad that I had covered it. But eventually, something went wrong.
My whole legs, my calves, everything is numb. I don't know if that's a good sign or not, but at least I'm glad that I'm reaching the end of. Oh, fuck, shit. I don't know. Maybe I just got a sprain or something. It's very painful.
And you know, after that, I didn't know what to do, because if I had given up at that moment, I would have felt miserable, much more miserable than that. But what I did was that I thought, okay, my knee is a little bit broken or whatever it was, I'm still gonna just power hike as much as I can. And I know that it is a pretty much insane way of saying that, okay, let it be broken, but I'm still gonna carry on myself until I just collapse completely. But at that point of time, it was a war against my own self, and I was just pumping my ego in the best possible way I can, because I was so close to the destiny, and I mean, I was so close to the destination that I just can't give up on it right now. So all I did was power hiking, and then eventually crossing the last of the traffic areas, and just simply once again power hiking. But I don't know what happened. As soon as I neared my home, eventually that pain just dwindled away.
Okay guys, so I am just a few meters away from home, and something magical happened. I don't know if out of the heat of running my knee got fixed or something just magical happened, but whatever it is, it gave me a little bit more energy.
And in the end, the last few 100 meters, I thought, why not just give it a full-blown sprint? And in those last moments, I brought all the energy out of me and covered it in a complete sprinted manner.
Glory! Let's do that!
Fly the flag, guys! Fly the flag!
And with that, I covered that trial of 10K marathon, and it was insane. The feeling was really glorious, and I was like, wow, I had covered this trial of this marathon in just 1 hour 15 minutes, somewhere nearby, because it was 1 hour 10 minutes or 1 hour 15 minutes. And in my heart, I was feeling like, well, I've been trying for this marathon since a very long time, and there were a lot of doubts within my mind, because whenever I used to try this marathon, I used to get so sore. I don't know how much I tried and worked on it, but every time I thought that I should do it, these doubts would crept in my mind. And you know, yesterday I thought, it's okay, let's just attack on it, full-blown attack, and let's see what kind of feeling I would get from it. So I decided that very soon I would be taking part in this ultra marathon of 40 kilometers, and for that, you know, I needed to prepare myself, and I prepared myself since a very long time. And today was the trial of 10 kilometers marathon non-stop. Now I passed in it, even though my knee was completely sore. It locked at a point and it was completely in excruciating pain. I don't know what happened, although it's a little bit fine now. Maybe it's because of the heat, but I completed the trial and I feel proud of it, proud of it. And I must tell you guys, when the goal is there in front of you and you have prepared for it, enough preparation has been done, after a certain period of time you have to say, all right man, now it is time to attack, now it is time to execute. And now I'm completely prepared for that ultra marathon of 40k. So if you are interested, if you enjoyed this documentary, I would say make sure to hit the like button, because we want to spread this video as much as we can. And along with that, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you are interested in that 40k ultra marathon, and share this video with your friends who want to achieve their goals but are feeling some sort of doubt creeping within them. So do that, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, enjoy, stay strong, and work on your goals. Peace.